Hello everybody! As you may know, I am quite a bit of a reader. I love books, I try and read as often as I can, and I thought, why not make a YouTube video out of it? So I thought I would take you through a week of reading, what I do for my Bookstagram photos, having some general book chats. At the moment I am reading The Atlas 6. I've seen a lot of things about this book. I am possibly the biggest skeptic when it comes to the popular TikTok books, so we'll see what happens. But yes, I really hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to try and update you on my reading and progress as much as I can. I'm trying to kind of read as many books as I can before the end of the year, and that might mean picking up another book this week. We will see if I do. If I do, I will let you know. Good morning. As this is a book video, I thought that I would take you through the steps it takes me to take some Bookstagram photos. So this will be the area that I'm taking photos in. I was trying to take them on my bed, but I just don't get enough light, so I've resorted to moving my desk all the way over here. So I think I have finally got the shot I want. It's really difficult here because the lighting changes so suddenly. This was the setup I've gone with. I did some test shots with The Last Olympian just to get to see what the colouring was like, and then I went through and took loads of these ones. And I was trying to do it very similarly to this one because I liked the setup of it, so I think this is what I've gone for. I quite like it. It needs a little bit of editing because it's nearly unavoidable here. There's some blue, which I don't like the blue cast, but that's very easily fixable. But I think that is the final shot. I'm now going to try and film a reel, and reels are hard anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Okie dokie, I have finally finished doing all of the Bookstagram stuff. I ended up doing a couple more photos because I thought, whilst I've got everything out, I might as well. But now I'm going to do my makeup so that I look a bit more presentable. But I thought I would also talk through some of the books I've read recently. And yeah, in the last few weeks I've actually read quite a lot, and I finished quite a few books. The first book I have read recently, or I finished reading City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fire, which, if you don't know, are the last two books in the Mortal Instruments series, which were just as amazing as I remember them being the first time round. I also finished A Magic Steeped in Poison, which was okay. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read, it wasn't the worst thing I've ever read. It was slightly confusing because, well, not confusing, but just slightly odd because some things were written, some parts of it were written really nicely and really well, and it's really, like, the plot line itself was really intriguing, but there were just instances where I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, the kind of romance in the book didn't make sense, and it was written in a way I was kind of like, I don't really get what is happening with this, and it didn't fit. Well, I personally didn't think it fit the whole vibe. Like, maybe if it had been established more it would have made sense, but for what I was kind of getting from the story, it just didn't work, and it felt quite disjointed and just disconnected. So I don't know, that part for me wasn't really my fave. Like, the actual storyline itself, the kind of world and the magic in the world, was really intriguing and really fascinating. And then after Magic Steeped in Poison, I read Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, which I'm not usually a particularly big autobiography reader. I'm not a very good non-fiction reader. I quite like to read books about things that don't exist. So I picked up this. I'm not gonna lie, I did low-key pick it up because A, it was signed, and B, it was by Tom Felton, and I was like, surely there's gonna be some Harry Potter shenanigans in there, which there were. but I read it and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't think I've ever managed to read an autobiography all the way through, but I read this all the way through. If anyone wants to read it or is umming and ahhing about reading it, get it, because you know what, it's lovely. It's really heartfelt, and some of the stories that are in it are really lovely. The things that Tom went through whilst being on Harry Potter, and yeah, it's really nice. It's a really nice book. Obviously there are some bits that are a bit more hard-hitting and quite sad actually, but I think it's very honest, which makes it a really nice book to read, even with all of the harder parts as well. I then read Book Lovers, which was another really good one. I don't know, I've decided to start talking again whilst I'm doing my lips. Smart decisions there, Sophie, smart decisions. But yes, I enjoyed Book Lovers. That was really fun. It was a really good read. My lovely friend Emily bought it for me when I wasn't very well, yeah, and I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Another genre I don't usually read. It was just a romance book, so it was nice to read something a little bit different, and I really enjoyed it because I don't usually enjoy romance stories and stuff, but I did like it. It was very good. I wasn't going to do anything today, but I have now decided I'm going to hop on the train and get Waterstones. So I thought I would do that, have a little venture, have a little browse. I'm not really planning on buying anything, but I do like going to have a look, and it'll be nice for me to get out of the house for 5 minutes. So there was no Waterstones, and it literally says on the map, got those Waterstones, look. But anyway, because there wasn't a Waterstones, I went to WH Smith. They had some bits and bobs. I also went to the Works because they usually have books and they have them at a really good price. Oh my gosh, see? And that is Waterstones. No, it's not. It wasn't there. I actually didn't get anything particularly interesting, but I did get a book. But here we go. This Woven Kingdom. We'll see what it's like. We have a little, or I have a little reading update. I have been sat reading the Atlas 6 for about half an hour. I'm now on page 115 and I'm really quite intrigued about the story, but at the same time I kind of feel like I know what's going to happen. But it is interesting, all of the magic, I suppose you would call it, all of the different types of magic you can get, and the characters that are in the book. I really do not like Persia, this girl, and then there's always that one character that you just don't like. The other guys, okay. Callum and Tristan are a bit like whatever. So far it's okay. Intrigued, we'll see what happens. So I did attempt to time-lapse me reading whilst I cooked my dinner, but I was stupid and I was using my phone and I forgot to turn the camera around, so basically I got time-lapse of the wall. Well done me. But yes, I did do some reading whilst I was cooking. I didn't get through much, but I am sure I will get through much more this evening. I'm now on page 209, so I'm more than halfway through now, which is exciting. I am enjoying it, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily living up to the expectations or living up to the hype that I've seen around it. Yeah, the storyline is really cool. I do like it, and I think the magic is super different and kind of interesting to read about. But there are two of the characters who just seem super bored. Like, they just seem like nothing's happening with them. And also the book has some strange like time jumps, which would be fine, but I feel like what happens in between those time jumps isn't really explained, which I think hinders the progress of the story a little bit, but I don't know if that's just me. I'm looking forward to reading on, and I'm hoping some of my questions will be answered soon. I am at Pinewood super early this morning, one because I need to write up some notes, and I thought I'd quite like to read this morning, but I thought it's best that I leave the house, otherwise I will get too carried away and leave a bit too late. Good evening. So, thoughts? I don't know. I'm kind of quite literally the embodiment of the question mark and the shrugging emoji. I don't know what to think. I'm a bit, just literally question marks for a shrugging emoji. I don't that is the thought. But I'm not far off finishing. I think I might just reserve all my next thoughts until I finish the book. I was just going to come on here and say I finished the Atlas 6 this morning. I've just realised this is probably really distracting, so I'll go and wash it off and I'll come back. I am back and looking slightly more normal, but I thought I would chat through my Atlas 6 thoughts. I kind of feel like I have a lot of thoughts and no thoughts at all. I wrote something on my Bookstagram story. I'm a little bit on the fence about how I feel. I feel like it was a little bit of an odd read overall, which I did kind of, I don't know, it just felt very strange. Some of the characters were written as if they were bored, which wasn't particularly interesting to read, and some of the time jumps were a little question mark, because in between those time jumps it seemed like nothing happened, but because of the nature of the story it felt like more should have happened. I don't know if that's just me, but that's kind of what I got from it, and I was a bit like, oh, okay. It was kind of like when you read it, it was kind of like having an itch you can't scratch, but reading a book instead, if that even makes sense. I kind of also feel like we don't actually know a lot about the characters we were reading about. We know a lot about Libby and Nico. We know a bit about Parisia, whereas Callum, Tristan and Rena, I feel like we don't know anything about them. Rena was hardly in it. Well, she was in it as a background character, but she didn't really have that many chapters, which I'm not particularly bothered about, because I can't say I didn't hate her character. She was like just very middle ground character, and that maybe is because we didn't really get that many chapters of her. But yeah, I feel like I know nothing about them, even though I've just read, you know, a nearly 400-page book on all of 6 of these people. Specifically all 6 of these people. So yeah, I don't know if some things will be answered in the next book or in the book after that. I think there's another one, or if that's just how it was written and it's going to stay like that. We will see. And even though I've been a bit of a negative Nancy, I suppose, about some of it, I did enjoy it. I can't say that I didn't enjoy it, because I did enjoy it. I just think there were things that didn't make sense or just felt a bit funny to read. Yeah, it was just a bit of an odd read overall. I did enjoy the magic. I really enjoyed the direction the story went. I quite liked the ending, but yeah, my feelings are still kind of on the fence. I wanted to be able to give this book the kind of 5 stars, which is what I'd seen hyped about it, but I'm kind of at my limit at 3.5. But yeah, that is my overall thoughts on this. I will probably post a more cohesive review on Instagram when I get around to it. I'm also going to say, actually, character-wise, I do like Libby and Nico. I do like them. I think they're good characters. I have mixed feelings about Tristan. I'm a bit like, Rena, I don't love her, I don't hate her. Callum, I don't like. We also don't really know that much about him. So at the same time, I'm kind of like, he's probably really interesting because the magic, like the power he's got, is a really interesting concept. So yeah, Parisia, she grew on me as the book went on, but I can't say I love her because I don't. I think she's still a bit of a nasty piece of work, but she's not as bad as she was kind of at the beginning of the book. Something happened with 3 of the characters around, let's find the page, 221, but I was slightly shooketh because I wasn't quite expecting those particular characters to have this experience together. I was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting. It was an odd one. There was also something else about Dalton and something to do with his dreams. I feel like that wasn't fully explained, and I really wanted that to be fully explained, but I don't know if that will be there'll be a continuation of that in the next book, so I'm not gonna say much about that, but I wish we found out more. I have mentioned in a lot of my clips about Bookstagram and how behind I am, so I'm actually going to do a bit of Bookstagram admin. So I'm going to sort out some of the posts I want to upload. I haven't been tagged in it. I keep seeing everybody doing it. So I want to do it's like your Instagram / aesthetic as a Pinterest board. So I'm going to do that because I think that'll be fun. And I'm going to try and sort out a reel. And then I'm also going to try and draft some posts so I can just click upload. So I'm going to actually do some Instagram admin. I have now done some Instagram admin-y stuff. went on Instagram and put a draft up of City of Heavenly Fire review, and I also put another picture up for tomorrow for me to post. That is all I've managed to get done before going on to watching I'm a Celebrity. Oh yeah. Good evening to you all. Just coming at you with a bit of an update. I have not done any reading today. I have been absolutely weighed down with work and planning for our project tomorrow. I am not reading anything today. I was going to, but I need to go to bed. However, I have decided I am going to read The Prison Healer next. I've seen a lot of good things about this, so I'm hoping it lives up to my expectations. We all know how I feel about hyped books though, so we shall see. But I will start that tomorrow, I think. But for now, I'm going to go to sleep. Good night. Good evening. I've had a really busy couple of days. Yesterday was hectic. Today was even more hectic. I was at a prosthetics event in Coventry, so it was a really early start. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. It's been a good day though, but it does mean I've not had much time for reading. However, when I got back in, I read the prologue and 2 chapters, which I am actually really enjoying. I am very interested in the story, so I am looking forward to reading on. I am going to Oxford tomorrow though, which will be lovely. I'm going to see my sister, and I'm going on the train because I don't want to drive. I'm going to take this with me. I'm hoping to get through a nice big chunk of it so we can have a chat about it. I think I've now finished all those Pinterest board bookstagram things, so I'm going to post them tomorrow. I was going to try and post more reviews this week, but it's just been so busy. Smile. Easy. It's for my YouTube video. Guess who I'm with? Me. The sister. This is a video about reading. What are you reading at the moment, Daisy?
I am currently reading Fire Watching. That's the English book I'm reading.
Okay.
But actually what I have been reading more is a Spanish book called La Fiesta del Chivo, or Feast of the Goat, for my degree, because we're studying it next week and I haven't read it.
What are you studying? Tell the internet.
Spanish and linguistics
At
Oxford University.
Clever clocks. Are you going to show me the library whilst we're here?
I will.
Yay! This is a really attractive angle. Daisy's taking me to the library. I'm scared someone's gonna. Oh, the book's up there.
Yeah, that's the old library. We'll go there second.
Okay. I'm cake crushing. Todas las semanas, that's the only thing I know from that. Okay, just say again, Daisy, what you said to me.
Do you want to sit here and look at my Clash of Clans?
And why did you start laughing when you said that?
Because it's you can shorten it to cock.
It's now been a week since I started this video, so I am coming at you with my final update. I will start with The Prison Healer. I am now 112 pages in. I read a nice chunk on the train when I could, and I'm really enjoying it actually. I am really enjoying the story so far. I'm guessing where it's going to go, but very enjoyable nonetheless. And I also had a really lovely day in Oxford with Daisy. We did lots of Christmas shopping. We managed to get some bargains. We did well. And I also read, I thought I will include this because it's technically I've read something. I had to read a script for tomorrow, so I read that as well on the train. That was about 60 pages of one kind of written episode. It was actually quite dramatic. I was at first I was kind of like, oh my god, this is just like every other kind of soap opera kind of thing. And then there were some twists and turns, and I was saying to one of my friends, I was like, the drama, I was not expecting it. So there you have it. There was my week of reading slash bookstagram slash general sometimes book chats / book updates. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe I will do another one like this. I really enjoyed making it actually. Plus it also gave me a bit more motivation to get some proper reading done. That's just because I'm so busy, but it was really nice to be really consistent actually. I'm now going to read maybe a chapter or two before I go to bed. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. My Instagram, my Bookstagram and my Twitter are linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!